Hey, this is the Chancellor, aka the Senate Daily, and we're going to try something different. Um, Instead of doing a daily prequel meme, or I am the Senate, every day since the last 61 days, I want to try something different for this channel. Specifically, this video series. Uh, with this video series, I plan to, every weekday, hopefully, to make a video about how my day went. Uh, Basically, what I thought about today and my feelings about today. So today is Thursday, August 30th, 2018. Well, today was quite awful. It was quite bad today. Like it wasn't bad because I did bad in school, like I got a bad grade on a test or anything. It was actually something to do with my social life. At school. Because I am pretty not unsocial, just quite awkward at school, It isn't so great for me. Anyways, let's get started in the morning. I woke up, ate breakfast. My breakfast consisted of, I think, cereal. Maybe it was waffles. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Uh, let's see. Well, I, you know, you have to get ready for school. So I got my clothes, brushed my teeth, did my hair, whatever. But all of this should have taken 10 minutes. Instead, it took around 20 minutes. So by the time I was finished with all of that stuff, it was about 7:16 and school starts around 7:42. And to drive from school, or from home to school, it takes about 20 minutes. Yes. So this 20-minute drive. And this is if there's like no traffic, which there never is. It's always traffic on the highway. So 25-ish minutes with heavy traffic. So this wasn't so good. I had to get out of there. And that was actually fine, getting out of my garage. Everything is fine. Got everything, got all my stuff in the car. So I was driving. And within 1 minute, I was, taking a right turn in my neighborhood. And this SUV cuts into my lane when he's turning, and literally I had to veer my car off to the curb. And you know that sound when the rim or the wheel hits the curb. It's not that great of a sound. It's not something you want to hear all the time. So I heard that within 1 minute of driving. And, that got me quite pissed off. Uh, it was not a good start to my morning, I guess. I mean, if that guy literally did, if I actually didn't try to veer off, he would have actually hit me pretty. Wouldn't have been like hard or anything. We were going less than 15 miles per hour, but we would have had a head-on collision. Just not a bad one, just annoying. So okay, and during the drive, listen to a podcast. What is it called? It's the NPR podcast that they always do in the morning. I like NPR. Listening to that. So went to school. There was no issues with that. Around 7:42, that's when the bell rings. I parked my car, and I had to rush all the way to my first period, which is on the other side of the school, and that is government. But I made it on time. Didn't get marked tardy, so that was good. So I made it into government. Got into my seat, and good thing that today is a debate, and I had to have my speech ready because I was doing the introduction for the debate. The topic itself doesn't matter, but the problem is I didn't really prepare for this debate. I didn't have any speech like everyone else. I just had a couple of notes I've written down or highlighted too that I was going to say, but I never actually practiced my speech. And if you couldn't tell already, I'm not the best public speaker and not the best speaker in general. So maybe that's kind of why I'm doing this weird video thing. Uh, and so okay, and I think we were the second group to go. So it was two groups, uh, my group and another guy's group, and we had to go up to a podium and just speak our points basically to the entire class. Uh, The guy I was going against is actually a team captain for our debate team, one of the team captains, and he's quite good. Uh, he's marvelous. His introduction for his side of the debate was amazing. If it was just so good because he actually practiced, he had everything planned out, and he knew actually how to do debate. He had the right voice, he had everything, the right. I guess he was a little bit too quick, but that's because he usually debates, and when you are a debater, you have to speak pretty quickly. Well, okay, so he was done, and I had to do the introduction for my part. So I got up to the podium, and I didn't feel so good. I was like, I knew I was going to lose basically from the start because he is just a much better speaker than me, much better public speaker. So I got up to the podium, and I literally just said whatever I highlighted down on my notes. And the funny thing is, because I didn't actually practice, reading out my debate speech, it didn't make any sense. None of it. All the highlighted stuff did not transition well with each other. So I was literally just saying a bunch of random ideas all together, but had no, I guess, connections with each other. There were no transitions, anything. It was just a bunch of random statistics or opinions I just highlighted and I just said it out loud. And oh my god, I could tell the audience was, and me personally, it was quite awkward. I couldn't stand myself after speaking that. I think I spent like 3 minutes or so talking, but those 3 minutes were about gibberish, just no actual substance. So that, oh god, now thinking back to it, seeing some of the people's faces when I was speaking, it was cringeworthy. Yes, it was. Oh, okay. Well, with that, I finished. Like I did. Sorry about the interruption. I had to pause the recording for a bit. Well, where did I leave it? Ah, yes. So I finished the speech, whatever. My introduction. It was terrible. I knew it was terrible. And I just went to sit back down. And okay, so my other partner went and he did phenomenal. He actually had no preparation. And he's not exactly the best public speaker like me. But he actually had points that he could talk about, that actually made sense. And he basically won the debate for my team. And I got an A, luckily, because of him. If I didn't, I would have probably failed, to be honest. So thanks to my partner. If you're listening, I highly doubt that, because why would you be listening to a prequel meme quote channel for your life? That's kind of sad, to be honest. Oh, nah, not trying to offend you guys. It's just, you know. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. Now that was a pretty terrible start to my day, first period. So the class lasted about 2 hours. Nothing else really happened. Just felt very awkward for the rest of the class period. Next period was AP. Oh no, it's software engineering. That class is pretty useless. I don't really do much in that class. I guess may talk to some people and once in a while work on something I'm writing down in my code, but not anything substantial. So nothing happened during that. So that was before lunch. And when lunch comes, we have about 30 minutes or so. But because I'm a senior, I have a senior line. Basically, I can cut the line, basically the normal line. So instead of waiting 15 minutes like a freshman or a sophomore, it takes me about a minute to get my food. So that's pretty nice. And that's a great perk of being a senior, being the upperclassman of your high school. It's pretty nice. You usually get some other perks like that, hopefully, at your schools. I wish. Um, I mean, they should, we're seniors. Seniors should get at least some sort of advantage because they made it all the way through high school. And high school is hell. It really is. There's it sucks for everyone. Like it's not just you who's suffering. If you think that, it's everyone who's suffering. Some people are suffering more than others, and some people are suffering less than others. Okay, I got a little bit off task. Okay. Okay. So during lunch this year as a senior, I actually didn't really have any tables. I don't really have a social group. I guess you can say I have friends, but I don't have a social group to hang out with. So I had to go from table to table and, go to some of my friends and ask, if I could sit there, basically. So like every week I would sit with like a different group. And that it's not so great. Like when you're not part of a social group, you're still friends with some of the people, but you're not part of the discussion or the group itself. So you don't really contribute. You're just that awkward guy in the sitting there eating his lunch, having his earbuds on, listening to music, and just not a part of it. Just an outsider, basically, an immigrant. Uh, to be exact, an illegal immigrant, someone that shouldn't be at that table or listening to their discussions. But yeah, but today actually I sat with a new group this time with a couple of my other friends, and that was again. This is very awkward because I wasn't necessarily. I'm guess I'm close friends with them, but because I'm not exactly part of the social group, I just didn't have anything to say. They basically ignored me because I wasn't part of the group. So I just put on my earbuds, just ate my lunch like I normally did. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I did that. Like I wish I can contribute to the discussion, but you're an outsider. I There's nothing I can really say that can get the conversation going in my favor. There's nothing to talk about when I'm not part of the group. Okay. And that I think that was basically the end of my day. I just listened to music for the rest of the school day, and I went home. It was all fine and dandy. Just went to my car, went back home, and now I'm here a couple hours later recording some video about how my day was, which was not shit, but it was awful for me. It was not a good day. Uh, yeah. And also that, but I have to study for my calculus test, which is, oh no, I mean a calculus test, a quiz that I have not studied for, so I need to do that after I'm done recording. Uh, yeah. What else is there to talk about? I mean, I didn't really do much today besides the horrifying, awkward experiences of a high school. Uh, yeah, I think that's basically it. I don't want to make this too long. It's already 12 minutes, and I think people are done listening to my voice for this long. And if you're still listening, I would like to thank you for listening to what I was saying. And hopefully tomorrow I will have another video like this. Actually, no, tomorrow is the live stream for the Second Galactic Senate meeting. So actually Star Wars related, not just a weird in real life story about my life. Well, that will be tomorrow. I have not decided a time yet, but when I post my daily, video, I should have the time on there, and all of that will be finalized. With that, I would like to thank you for watching or listening, watching whatever. I'm not doing a podcast. You're watching a video, and I'll talk to you tomorrow if you're going to watch the live stream of the Galactic Senate meeting.